Hey guys, Stubby here. Going to do a tool review today. Today we're doing a Sonic tool review. Let me just say that I'm not affiliated with Sonic in any way. I just called them and asked them if they could send a sample of their tools, and they did. I was kind of surprised that it was that easy to get a sample out of them. I've had a sample for almost a year now, and looked at them. I really like their tools, and really like a few things about them, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But I wanted to show you kind of what they sent me and what I thought about them. So let's get started. So as you can see, they've sent a couple of items out. Just kind of wanted to show you what they sent me, and again, they just sent this on request of a phone call, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way, not a sponsor or anything, but they did send some pretty nice tools, so we'll check it out. It all came in this big box right here that just says Sonic on it. Inside the box, they actually sent a couple of catalogs. I'll show these on the video here in just a minute, but it shows their full line of tool products. They've got some pretty amazing tools, and if you're in an organization, I can tell you these guys have got it covered. They also sent me another catalog that I believe is the master catalog, and that one is just a supplement catalog. These are last year's catalogs. Like I said, they sent this to me late last year, and I'm just now getting to do a tool review on it. So they do have the 2018 tool catalogs out, and you can look those over. So the three things they sent me was a socket, and this socket is a 17 millimeter socket, and it's got a knurled edge all the way around it, which is pretty cool. It's pretty nice to be able to hold on to those knurls while you're ratcheting. Keep the socket in place, help tighten things up fairly quickly. So that's a pretty good item. They also sent me a Phillips head, a number 1 Phillips head. A number 2 would have been great, but a number 1 is pretty nice. It's got a real good feel to it. It's got an injection molded handle to it, rubbery part on the bottom, and then a harder plastic part on the top. So that is a pretty nice screwdriver. I have taken it out and used it a little bit. It comes right out of the package, so that's a nice one. Then they also sent a 13 millimeter box end wrench with a ratchet drive on the closed side, and I haven't taken it out of the package and used it yet. I don't have a lot of use for a 13 millimeter wrench, but it does seem like it's a fairly quality wrench, and we'll go through that again in just a minute. So comparing these to other tools that I own, I do own a lot of Cobalt tools. As you guys know, I worked at a home improvement center for a while, so I do have quite a few Cobalt tools and that type of thing, Craftsman as well. This is a 17 millimeter socket that compares to the Sonic socket. And, you know, they both look like they're pretty high quality. I looked into it, and Sonic is made in Germany and in Europe, so they are European tools. But the quality difference between the Cobalt and the Sonic tools does seem to be fairly high, as far as the Sonic tool being a better tool. The machining on these Sonic tools is just a ton better than the Sonic tool, or the Cobalt tools. And if you look at just even the imprinting around the socket itself, they're very deep, very nice, very clear cut into the socket. And if you were to look at, say, for instance, on this Cobalt, you can hardly read that it's a 17 millimeter from where they acid etched the 17 millimeter in there. And the stamping in the side of the Cobalt tools is not even consistent all the way around. So again, these Sonic tools are just really high quality tools. They really snap on very well. This is a 3/8 drive, and it really snaps on to the ratchet drive very, very well. Same thing with the screwdriver. You know, the screwdriver is a number 1. Like I said, I usually use a number 2 on almost everything, but a finer screwdriver like a number 1 was a good tool to send out and take a look at. It's got a nice sharp point on it, black oxidized end to it there. And if you compare that to like a Cobalt tool, again, there's not a huge difference in the two, but the Cobalt tool does seem like it's just not as high quality as the Sonic tool. The molding that where they come out of the mold and everything seems to be crisper and cleaned up a little bit better. A very, very nice tool, and you know, nothing wrong with the Cobalt, but I think the Sonic is also a very well engineered tool. Then when you get into the wrenches, when I first started looking at the Sonic tools, I really kind of thought that they were a little thin and that they were not as high quality as the other tools, but the more I look at it, I think it's a very good tool as well. You know, the Cobalt tools that I get, this one actually is a Craftsman 13 millimeter, just a regular standard wrench, does everything you'd ever need a wrench to do. These Sonic tools are very lightweight, and they seem to be made out of a different material. I don't think they're just regular steel. They seem to be made out of a different type of steel. The machining on them, again, is very nice. The readout on the stamped portion is very nice, where it says 13 millimeter Sonic tool. Again, it's just a very, very high quality tool. And I had another screwdriver just to look at real quick too. This is a Craftsman screwdriver, and it again is a number 2, so it's not a number 1, not a real fair comparison, but you know, that's an old school screwdriver that everybody's had for, you know, 100 years. These new ones seem to have a much better ergonomic grip to them. You can really get them in your hand and hold them well, hold them tight, and really be able to put some torque onto them. So again, a nice screwdriver. Now I have looked at the Sonic tool reviews that are online out there, and they do send out a new kit now. They come in the Kaizen foam, or I don't know if it's even Kaizen brand foam, but in a foam insert that is cut out, and all the tools are laid out in them. And that seems to be a really nice feature. If you're into organization, I can tell you that the Sonic tools are for you. But they are a little bit pricey. You can buy an entire toolbox with all the trays filled all the way up and down. It'll cost you a lot of money. Or if you just need a good set of screwdrivers in foam that are already inset, you can do that as well. You can piece them together as you buy, or you can buy the entire kit. So I'll give you guys just a second, and we'll zoom in and look at some of these other items. So I just wanted to show the two catalogs that they sent out. Like I said, this one appears to be a master catalog, a full line catalog, I guess. And it's got everything that they sell in it. And again, if you guys want to buy something that comes organized and comes with everything you need in it, boy, they can sure hook you up. They've got the tall cabinets, regular garage cabinets, everything you could think of. And again, if you look at their the inserted trays that go into the cabinet drawers, I tell you, they're pretty amazing. You can get them set up with almost anything you want, whether it be wrenches or screwdrivers or sockets or whatever the case may be. They have a ton of stuff. They even have a lot of specialty tools that other tool manufacturers probably wouldn't be able to supply to you. Here's another nice thing is they also have these the hardware drawers that are all full of different types of hardware and stuff. If I can find it again. Has all the electrical connections and that kind of stuff in it. Yeah, there we go. So all kinds of grommets and that type of stuff. So they do have a lot of stuff. Again, this is apparently their supplement catalog, or their another catalog that they hand out. Just tray upon tray upon tray of tools that they have. And again, they're all very high quality tools. Been very impressed with a few tools that they've sent me. So they sent me three copies of those. But here's a better look at the screwdriver. And again, guys, if you look at it, it's got a very nice tip with the black oxidation on it, a nice fine point. The rubber grip on it seems to be really nice. Turn it around the right way there so you can see it. So, it just feels really good in your hand, and you guys all know that's why they call me Stubby. Don't have a whole lot of hand in that hand, but I tell you, it's got a good grip to it. Even the stubs can hold on to it. Then if you look at the wrench, again, very high quality. I was talking about earlier, it seemed like it was a little thin, but it is a little thin, but it seems to have a great strength to it, and it's very lightweight. It's not made out of the same material as a, say, for instance, a Craftsman wrench. The weight difference in these two is pretty significant. You can certainly feel that the Sonic tool is a lot lighter. And then the sockets, like I said, this one is just a standard cobalt socket, and if you look at it, the indentions where they did the roll stamping on it is just not very deep and not very clear, and even the 17 that's on there for the 17 millimeter, it's kind of hard to pick out in the drawer. But if you look at the Sonic tool, it's got the knurled edge all the way around it, and you can clearly see the 17 millimeters stamped into the bottom, and roll stamped into the bottom, and the name, of course, in the bottom, 3H drive again. But when you've got that hooked up to a socket and you're trying to ratchet it, and the knurled edge around there really makes a big difference to get something started, or when something gets loose, to continue loosening it up, have your finger on there. Definitely a nice feature, and plus it's thinner at the bottom than it is at the top. I thought that was kind of cool too. So then they supplied a few other things, just a nice little sticker that they provide. Stick it on your toolbox after you get it, business card, and that kind of stuff. So again, guys, that's just my quick review of the Sonic tools. So there you are, guys. That's my quick review of the Sonic tools. And again, it's not real easy to do a tool review on 3 tools. And I have had these tools for quite a while. Again, I'm not affiliated with Sonic in any way, but I just thought it would be nice to show that they have these tools available and that they're out there. And I highly recommend that if you guys wanted to get some, find a way to get them. You go to SonicToolsUSA.com and look them up, or phone call them. I just gave them a call and told them what I was doing, that I've got a shop. I kind of like their tools, wanted to try them out, and they sent me out this nice little gift package here, or trial package. But again, they do send out one now that's a lot bigger. It's got a set of pliers in it, a screwdriver, a wrench, and a socket in it. Comes in a foam insert, so you can see how the foam is constructed and how it'll fit in your toolbox. So guys, if you like this video, please leave a few comments below and tell me about it. Give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Thank you.